A 23-year-old Grace, who was born and raised in Singapore, came to London a couple of years ago in order to study and to change the world. As we read on the website, she says, "I feel very strong about making a positive change, not just to our environment, but socially as well." While studying bachelor's in advertising, PR and media, Grace had an opportunity to pitch her business idea on multiple platforms. This was the time she came up with the idea of creating a fashion rental platform called RAIKII. I've spoke to Grace to find out why and how such a platform could help our environment. All right, thank you Grace for sitting down with me here today.
Thank you.
And I'm super glad to talk about your business that you launched back in June, the campaign. And thank you for inviting me to your beautiful apartment.
Thank you.
And at the beginning, I would like to ask about your feeling about sustainable fashion. What do you think sustainable fashion actually is?
Well, it's actually really hard to define what sustainable or ethical means in the fashion industry just because there are so many different elements to it. So you could be ethical in the labor department, for example. So you pay fair wages, you treat your workers well, great working environment. But also there's also like the fabric. So are you using like sustainable fabric? Is it going to harm the environment? What type of dye are you using? So there's so many different aspects to it. It's really hard to say exactly, like give a definition to it.
It's a huge umbrella.
It is, yeah. So I think what we can do as consumers and as businesses as well is to slowly, adopt in each different aspect of fashion, whether it's the fabric or the dye, labor and stuff like that, and try to change into being more ethical as much as we can.
Yeah. You said try to change, but why does it matter? Why do we have to change?
Well, the thing is, with the rise of fast fashion, like the brands you see on the high streets, Topshop, Forever 21, Zara, and these huge brands, they don't just have 4 seasons in a year, they have like 52 seasons in a year. They stock new stocks every single week of the year, and they are sold at really low prices. And that also means that they don't source their products, the materials ethically, and it's causing a huge waste problem because we buy and we throw just because they wash out so quickly, and it's causing a huge landfill problems in Africa, and it's contributing to climate change.
And you said the term fast fashion. Well, we have like a lot of documentaries, articles about slow fashion versus fast fashion.
Yeah.
But I also came across one term, which is Mac fashion.
Yes.
What does that mean? Is it like McDonald's fashion?
So I actually came across that term when I was doing my dissertation about fashion, and so it's the McDonaldization of fashion in a way. So it means like you just when you go to a fast food restaurant, you just grab and go, and then you finish everything so quickly. So the cycle is so fast. So that is what is happening to the fashion industry. We just buy new stocks. Well, to begin with, they have new stocks every week. We buy them, we wear them for once or twice, and then it's either chucked in the corner of our wardrobe, or we throw it out, or we give it to charity shops. And even giving to charity shops, we think that we are recycling and all, but we are still consuming a lot. So it helps a little bit, but if we adopt slow fashion, which is to only buy what we need, and for the rest we can rent, then it will definitely help to decrease consumption.
And well, one person may say that I love fashion and I'm buying clothes, but I'm not throwing away stuff, so I'm not polluting the environment. How would you react to that?
Well, if you're not throwing away, you're putting it to good use. In a way, yes. But also with fast fashion, because of the fabric that these companies use, a lot of microfiber and microplastics sheds out when we put our clothes in the washer. And it's really hard to see it with our eyes, but these go into the water, which goes into the ocean, and the little sea animals, the sea creatures, they feed on these microplastics. I'm sure you've seen videos of turtles and fishes where they're
covered in plastic.
Yeah, they're just covered with plastics and microfiber. So, and then we eat these fishes. So it's a cycle.
So we eat plastic, basically.
Yeah.
Second person may say, I don't want to wear eco clothes because it's not trendy, and I don't like, linen fabric. So how would you respond to that? What would you say?
Well, firstly, linen fabric is so comfortable. Well, there are a lot of people who think that ethical fashion is dull and boring. Well, in a way, ethical fashion is made to last long, right? So it's not like fast fashion where we have bold prints. So it's a little bit more simple. And I would say just jazz things up. So use accessories like sunglasses or scarves and bracelets to make it trendy and personalize it. It's even more fun that way. Yeah.
Obviously, I kind of exaggerated that question because I just feel like nowadays we're kind of aware of sustainable fashion, but we don't really know how it works. Like, it's like, I know it's bad, the plastic ends up in the ocean, so what? Like, you know?
Yeah.
I just feel we need to kind of raise an awareness,
Definitely.
but I'm not sure how yet.
Definitely. Yeah.
Well, we can do it through fashion. Let's move on to your business. It's RAIKII. And where does the name come from?
Well, I was doing a little bit of research, and Reiki, it's actually, the original word is spelled REIKI. It's a Japanese healing technique through like the transfer of energy and human touch. And so I changed the spelling a little bit, and it's sort of the philosophy behind my platform Reiki. Hopefully we can heal the environment and change the world. Yeah.
All right. And could you just please tell me briefly what Reiki is about? What is that?
Yes. So Reiki is an ethical fashion rental platform, and our aim is to provide affordable access to dresses and outfits that are suitable for like events, wedding reception or gala dinner. And through renting, we can actually reduce our consumption and reduce our carbon footprint as well.
All right.
Yeah.
And who is your target audience? Because you're talking about the gala receptions. It sounds like, you know, beautiful gowns.
Well, we will have a lot of beautiful gowns and like dresses, summer dresses, parties, that kind of stuff. So I would say they are about 18 to 32, around our age, with similar style of fashion. When I was looking at options myself, I couldn't really find something that I liked. So it's sort of like the dresses we're wearing now, similar items. Yeah.
It's not for men yet.
Well, at the moment it's not for men, but I have a lot of my male friends going like, when is Reiki gonna launch something for men? Because they need like suits and tuxedos. But we'll definitely look into that in the future.
All right. Good.
Yeah.
And you wrote that users of service will never have to wear the same outfit twice, but we also know that they are helping the environment. Why is that wearing the outfit once so important?
Well, I would say our generation, and even a generation younger, we like to take photos of the outfits we're in, like #OOTD. We like to post it on Instagram, and a lot of people don't want to be seen in the same dress twice. So that's why we have the fast fashion problem, where we buy and throw so quickly. So with Reiki, you'll have access to thousands of different styles, and you don't ever have to rent the same thing twice.
Can you tell me, how can we help the environment? Like, how are we going to help the environment while renting the clothes? Like, what's the thing?
So instead of buying, when you rent, so you rent the dress, you wear it. When we receive it, we'll dry clean it professionally. So we'll use the right detergent, things that don't harm the environment, and then these clothes are put on the platform again to be rented again. So it goes on a cycle, and we are basically extending the life cycle of each garment. Yeah.
All right, this sounds so amazing. For like, you know, cleaning the planet.
Yeah.
All right, and can you tell me what inspired you to create Reiki business?
Okay, it's my favorite question. So I used to go online to certain shops, online shops, and then I would order these dresses. I'll wear it once just for an event, keep the tag still on, and then I'll return it for a refund.
Oh, great. I'm a witness of that fraud.
Yeah, guilty. So a couple of reasons why I did that. Firstly, as a broke student, you need to find ways to save money. So I wasn't ready to spend like a few £100 on a dress that I'm just gonna wear once. Secondly, we're also entering the sharing economy, where we're sharing cars like Uber, music, it's on the cloud, it's Spotify, Netflix. So we don't really want to own items anymore.
We don't have space anymore.
Yeah, and even with houses, we go for Airbnb and we rent. Well, in a way, people just stop owning and buying things. So that's one. I think our generation especially is really adopting that, which is great. So these are the few reasons.
Yeah. You said that about the trend that we don't want to own things. Well, going back to sustainable fashion, do you think it's just a trend that comes and go, or is it with us and it's going to stay forever?
Well, I think probably, in the past it used to be a come and go thing. It was a trend and it died off. But now I think we really are here to make change, especially with the Extinction Rebellion, the protests against the government. School children protesting in Sweden, they're really making a huge impact, and it's not they're not just saying it for fun. They actually want action from the government, from the authorities. So I believe this is not just a trend, and hopefully, we adopt to be more sustainable, and we'll actually all be sustainable consumers. Yeah, we have to, because the climate is changing.
Yeah, it's about our lives. It's not about like being trendy on Instagram.
Exactly. It's no longer a hashtag thing. Yeah.
It's just the marketing.
Yeah.
To do that. Yeah. And I will move on to money.
Okay.
Well, you need to raise £10,000 to start your business. It's a lot, but not a lot at the same time, right?
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to business. Can you tell me why do you need that amount of money for the beginning? What was it going to be used?
Okay, so the campaign, we aim to raise 10,000. It's going to be used for different things. So mainly the building of the website, business admin costs, legal fees, that kind of stuff. But a huge bulk of it is going into inventory and operations. So ethical dresses, fashion don't cost cheap. They're not that cheap because everybody's paid fairly, and it should be this way. So a lot of the money is going into buying that, and also dry cleaning, packaging, ethical packaging, and things like that.
Sure.
Yeah.
But the investors, the sponsors, will not give you the money for free.
Yes.
Because they're getting the rewards.
Yes.
Can you tell me about the rewards?
Yeah, so because RAIKII has two group of audiences at the moment. So my main target market is in Singapore, where RAIKII is going to be launched. When they pledge, they get a voucher to use when the website is launched. So it's sort of like pre-ordering your shopping credits in a way. And for my friends and supporters who are not based in Singapore, they get merchandise, and so they get organic tote bag or a t-shirt that's fair trade, and also they will get a RAIKII postcard. So with every order of RAIKII outfits, it will come with a postcard that has a little quote of inspiration, whether it's for your well-being, and also tips on how to be sustainable, because we keep talking about sustainability, but we don't know how to be. So hopefully with each order we can impact the world.
So this is the way Grace is gonna raise awareness. Finally, someone. Thank you. Do you think that sustainable fashion can be cheap and beautiful, trendy at the same time?
Well, I don't think it will ever be as cheap as fast fashion. I mean, fast fashion, you get $5, you get a t-shirt or a dress. It will never be as cheap, just because everybody is paid fairly throughout the entire process. Materials are properly sourced, the cotton and all, it's properly grown. So all these take time and money and labor, so it will never be as cheap as fast fashion. But what we should be thinking about is not so much about the cost when you're paying, but like the long-term cost of it. So if you're buying fast fashion, you're basically costing the climate, because it's getting worse, temperature rising, sea levels rising. So I think we should think more about how we can extend the life cycle of each piece. And for things that we only wear once or twice, just rent it. Yeah.
I have one more question about the money. How much will be the subscription on RAIKII?
Well, RAIKII at the moment, we're a one-time rental basis. That's how we operate. So each outfit will cost about 20 to 30% of its retail price. So you save about 70%.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And why should I invest in RAIKII?
The golden question. Well, I think businesses really have the platform to make change because they have people's attention, they have the money, they have the power, they have the contacts. So I think it's really important for businesses to be socially responsible, and that is where RAIKII is starting. We're starting as a socially responsible company, and we don't just want to make profit, we want to make positive change on people and on the environment as well. So definitely invest in RAIKII.
Yes, let's change the world. Okay, Grace, thank you so much. It was really nice
Thank
talking
you.
to you. I'm glad, and I will keep my fingers crossed to
Thank you so
raise the
much.
money. Thank you.